All right, Jorge Mendes in UK to complete Ugarte deal. Guys, it's really getting back to where we want it to be. Remember, the man himself known as David Austin, I think last week, he broke the story that United have cooled their interest in Manuel Ugarte and they are not willing to obviously meet the 70 million euro asking price from PSG. And guess what happened? He also included a statement that read, United will only get back into this deal if at all PSG lower their asking price and they're willing to obviously find a common ground into the mix. Delete and Mazrui have gone here to take part into their first United training session, and you're gonna be here to obviously break down all of that into the mix. Smash the like button close to 300 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And we thank God for gift of life and Allah for the gift of life, and let's obviously get it where it's supposed to be. Now, yesterday night it was a story coming in through from and we are told that Manchester United are still in Ugarte, are still interested in Ugarte, but they have continued discussions over Sander Berge. And we all know to it that Sander Berge is one of those players that really made a lot of movement yesterday and a lot of talk yesterday because he was left out of the squad of Burnley that was set to play into the championship, and everyone was like, maybe he has been left out because he's being linked out to Manchester United, but he really had a minor injury. That's why he never really featured. But United are in talks with him, and even Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead obviously confirmed to us that United are in talks with Sander Berge, and looks like it's not only one midfielder that we're really looking at to bring in, but it's really gonna be two midfielders to obviously bring in. Now, for Manuel Ugarte, United were still interested in him. Even yesterday night, that's when these stories started to obviously come to our notice. Then Dean Jones of the Mails, I think is for Mail Sport, but he came in through via Give Me Sport. He told us that there is a growing interest that Manchester United are eager to secure Ugarte's deal. So these deals that these stories that we got yesterday night, we are all linking the deal of Manuel Ugarte back onto the cards, and I was like, all right, bring him on, because he's the priority transfer target for the club of Manchester United in as far as the midfield positions are really concerned. Then Mapetias told us that Manuel Ugarte's deal continues to be in the similar way of Delete. United kind of walked away and then came back, although they didn't do a briefing about it. Now, for the deal of Ugarte, relating it to Deletes, it shows you that we were going to walk back and obviously see to it that everything really comes to pass. Now, when you look at the deal of Delete, we made a bid of 35 million euros, turned down, not until we went back with the exact amount of money that Bayern Munich needed, right? Meaning that United had a plan that really worked out well, you know, and then that helped them to obviously make the deal of Mazrui easier in negotiations because it was a double submission that resulted into better results into the mix. So that is Manuel Ugarte for you, and he's coming in through the club of Manchester United, and United are really working hard onto that deal as referred to us yesterday night to show you that this was really very important. Today we've gone ahead obviously get a story coming in through from Tanzi. You know, he goes by names of he's Lolic's son Tanzi. He works with L'Equipe from France. He has told us the following, and I think it's one of the best stories that you'll ever want to get before we get into that one that Fabrizio Romano has gonna obviously to break. Luis Enrique has left Manuel Ugarte out of the squad for PSG's training matches, including other unwanted players. So what better story would you want to get from the man himself known as Manuel, from Tanzi, who works for RMSC Sport, Goal, France Online, and very many others. You get? He has told us that he has been left out. That is Manuel Ugarte. And leaving him out shows you that his surplus to requirement at the side of PSG. And they're like, we don't need his services anymore, and he should obviously show us the exit door. You get, and that is going to obviously pump up the interest of Manchester United in this player. And I tell you, it's really working well for the club of Manchester United. And leaving him out has given birth to a travel of Jorge Mendes into UK to see to it that everything really goes on as planned. And Fabrizio Romano has come out and told us that Jorge Mendes in England to discuss Manuel Ugarte with Manchester United. Ugarte agreed personal terms with United weeks ago. PSG still see him leaving. United need price to be reduced. All one more sell, otherwise they'll go for a cheaper option. Now, Manchester United is really one of those teams that have gone ahead, obviously, not be ransomed, this summer transfer window. And they're like, the agent is in London and is going to come to Manchester and discuss everything concerning Manuel Ugarte, because it's really some big business for him. He wants to find his client a big club. Manuel Ugarte looks at Manchester United and he loves it. He gave them green light. After personal terms were agreed, I think it's now coming to a month, and nothing is really stopping him from obviously gaining and really getting to where he deserves to be. So Jorge Mendes is really going to be discussing with Manchester United to obviously find a way on how Manuel Ugarte is going to be delivered to Manchester United. We know how good he is as an agent, and he can convince both sides obviously coming through. But him coming to Manchester United, he comes with a package from PSG, and he's going to be really revealing or unleashing his package to the people at Manchester United, and we'll be like, PSG is willing to do a BCD for the club of Manchester United, and we wait to see how these conversations are really going to go on. And this is really a very important update coming in from Fabrizio Romano, and that means whatever comes out as a result from the meeting between Jorge Mendes and Manchester United, Fabrizio Romano will obviously bring it to the limelight and will be knowing what really comes up. But shows you that United is hugely interested in Manuel Ugarte. That is it. Selling players is one of the options that United really has, and Scott McTominay is one of those that very many clubs, by the way, I've been really very happy today, because I've gone here to see a queue of clubs, showing interest in Scott McTominay. We've seen Everton, Fulham, Napoli, Galatasaray. There are like 5 clubs that have gone ahead to show huge interest into Scott McTominay, and I don't know whether it will help United to obviously get the realistic evaluation into the player they want. But if United want to get in Manuel Ugarte and is their first choice, then they have to obviously sell to see to it that everything really comes to pass. That is it. So Jorge Mendes is in the UK to discuss the Manuel Ugarte deal. That is it. And nothing is really going to stop Man United from obviously walking out of the deal if at all they feel like they're being priced out of the move, and they can really see to it that obviously go to where they deserve to be. I've gone ahead to see stories linking him to Liverpool, but I'm yet to confirm them, because Liverpool have gone ahead to miss out on Zubimendi, as Zubimendi is like, I'm not going to be leaving the side of Real Sociedad, and I'm really going to be doing my business there. So that's about Manuel Ugarte. His agent is in UK. The manager of the manager of PSG, that is Enrique, has come out and obviously found himself in a position of really saying, I'm not really getting involved into a trading session that has Manuel Ugarte, meaning that he wants him out, and PSG are working tooth and nail to offload the player, and United looks like is the realistic destination for the guy in the story that you're talking about, that is Manuel Ugarte. And we're waiting to see how that pans out, but we are keeping it in the know that nothing is really going to stop United from getting in a midfielder. Now, it's known that after Matthias De Ligt and Manuel Ugarte, after Matthias De Ligt and Mazrui, the next signing is really going to be a midfielder. And we talked about it here, and it has been proven beyond reasonable doubt that the next players coming in through is going to be a midfielder at the club of Manchester United, and that is really great for the side of Manchester United. So wait and see what results are really going to be coming in through from the side of this dialogue that's going to be taking place today. And I know by the end of today, news will be all over on what it has been. If at all it really goes well, you'll hear a bid. If it doesn't all go well, you won't hear a bid, and you'll hear United being linked to other players, because this looks like it's going to be the last meeting that will obviously confirm to Manchester United that they can get in a player called Mendes, so they can get in a player known as Manuel Ugarte or not. You get? Now, today, I told you about how it's really going to be the Mazrui and Matthias de Ligt day, and finally, we told you that they're going to be taking part into the training sessions of Manchester United, and that is it. Today, we're going to hit, obviously, Gate, a very huge update on these two really taking part into the United training. And let me show you these photos on how these two really went ahead to feature into this training session with Erik ten Hag, and it really looked great. If you can easily see those photos, this is Matthias de Ligt and that is Mazrui, and that is Ten Hag, obviously trying to have a discussion at Carrington, and that's how everything really panned out, meaning that these photos are set to be official on the website of Manchester United very, very soon, because their announcement is really the announcement is set to happen immediately. Now, when you talk about Matthias de Ligt and Mazrui, why have they gone ahead to train today? It's obviously Erik ten Hag working hard to see to it that everything really moves to pass. And in the press conference that is going to be conducted on Thursday at Carrington, the first of the season, Erik ten Hag will have a lot to obviously address in as far as he are really concerned. And the big question that will be coming in through will be like, are they going to feature into the game of Fulham? Will they start? And I think we'll come up with the best answers that won't really worry us a little bit. You understand? So that is Matthias de Ligt and Matthias de Ligt and Mazrui training at the club of Manchester United, and those signings take it to 4 incomings to the club of Manchester United. And will Manuel Ugarte be the 5th player to come in through and really sign for the club of Manchester United? We wait and see how that pans out. So I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Jorge Mendes in UK to complete Ugarte deal, with Manchester United. Then what do you mean? What do you make about Manuel Ugarte being left out of the PSG team that is going to be training there, and Mazrui and Matthias de Ligt take part into first United training session? We sign out for now. See you later. We are waiting for the announcement from Manchester United of signing these players. I'm out. Bye bye. We thank God for the gift of life, and we too thank Allah for the gift of life. Ciao, ciao.